Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and with this video, I'll be discussing briefly some thoughts on episode 2 of the anime series WataMote. And I wasn't really sure if I was going to be compelled to continue, basically talking about this show episodically. But this show just rocks. I just love it so much. And I'm really just compelled and fascinated and get a kick out of the main character, Tomoko. This episode, we basically see that she is pretty pervy as far as, listening to a Yandere CD and basically all this stuff. I just get a tremendous kick out of this character. And, because of her reservations and because of her being so self-contained and not really changing much from, what she was in middle school, basically being so reserved and so self-contained, as I say, moving into high school, it's been a difficult tumultuous thing for her, as it is for everyone. And when she gets a call from her old, middle school pal, I love this sort of like, list she makes of we've got to have things to discuss. We're probably going to be so different and so weird. It's going to be so strange to deal with this person who I used to know, who knows what she's like anymore. My favorite thing that she puts on the list is talking about all of the, basically halogen light bulbs or whatever they are in her school, how many her school has. Yeah, it's like, that's really an interesting topic of discussion there. But, when she meets this friend, this is the thing that compelled me about this episode the most. They really threw me for a loop a couple times over with this friend because I assumed going in this friend would probably show up being more a like popular girl style, probably something that would throw her for a loop or really challenge her preconceptions about herself and her friend and everything like that. And that's kind of what the relationship began with when this friend showed up and they finally met on that following Saturday. But what really interested and intrigued me was the fact that this friend, after they have some coffee and stuff like that and they start talking, she's really kind of in her own little self-contained bubble of trouble in a sense because she doesn't really know how to handle certain things. She's not, you know, she wants to reconnect with the things that she had to bury from middle school, being an anime and manga fan and talking about that with people. And basically, she finds her tried and true friend that is Tomoko still ever present to be there for her in that regard. But of course, as the relationship continues and the day unfolds and they're hanging out and they're having the best of times, it threw me for a loop again because all of a sudden toward the end she talks about, when Tomoko basically says, I'm making the best of high school as I can. I'm trying everything that I can to fit in and do all these things and get through it. Then all of a sudden you drops the bomb, basically she's been troubled with a boyfriend trouble. And that just hits, Tomoko completely blindsiding her and just stunts her entire day. And I have to wonder going into the next episode because part of the thing was, she skipped out on art class in this one and the big sort of chubby kid ended up drawing something that looked like her, or at least that's her assumption, but then we see little hints toward the end that he just particularly draws that character over and over and over again. It seems like it's setting her up for failure because she's going to be acting under the assumption this cat probably has a crush on her, and this could turn into a boyfriend thing. And so I love how the chips are kind of sort of stacked against her. But if the OP animation is anything to be taken seriously, it's really about her conquering all of these hurdles that we all have to go through. And that's what I love because it's done in such a quirky manner in this series, and it's just fun as hell to watch because you can relate, and then there are times where you don't relate, but it absolutely astounds you and makes you laugh your ass off. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below what you thought of episode 2 of WataMote if you've seen it, and otherwise that'll be it from me. Hope this video finds you well, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.